who is sponsoring George Natembeya, the Trans Nzoia governor, in his attacks against Wetangula? And I'm asking that question because there have been so many speculations, with some saying Ruto is sponsoring him, some saying Uhuru is the person sponsoring him. What's happening here, ladies and gentlemen? I want us to listen to some remarks made yesterday by Farouk Kibet. Kibet is a very close Ruto ally, and when he speaks, he's very careful not to go against his boss. Listen to Kibet.
Watu wa Trans Nzoia, msiseme tawe ovyo ovyo, muwe watu ya kuleta maendeleo, sio? Unataka maendeleo ama mnataka tawe? Mnataka maendeleo? Sasa mimi nauliza, Wetangula anataka ni mkubwa huko Senate. Gavana wenu ni gavana ya hapa. Hao watu kuna uchaguzi iko hapa katikati. Sasa nauliza tu kwa heshima, watu waheshimiane, wakae kwa undugu. Siku ya kupiga kura, nyinyi ndio mtaamua nani alifanya kazi, nani alikuwa na matusi mingi. Si nyinyi mnajua? So amani ni kitu ya maana. Na ile mtu yoyote, na mimi nashangaa mkiwa Kristo, mnawezaje kuwa nyinyi ndio mnashangilia matusi? That's another challenge to Christian. Ati unakaa kwa kipanda mzuri kama hii, unaongojea tu ile hapo na matusi mzuri unapigia makofi. Yule amekuja kujenga kanisa kama Alan Chesa, kama Pokose, au professionals wenu wamekuja, mimi nataka twende mbele.
Listening to Farouk Kibet, I'm seeing a person who is indirectly but politely trying to aim some political arsenals at George Natembeya. Kibet is a close William Ruto ally, and I know he's very careful not to make some remarks that can go against his boss. So he talks with a lot of care and caution not to annoy or to anger his boss. And from the look of things, from those remarks, he seems to be targeting George Natembeya. He's discrediting Natembeya's Tawe movement. I want us to dig deep into this for Kenyans to understand what could be going on behind the scenes. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe in order not to miss our next video. Let's proceed. A few weeks ago in this forum, I shared out a clip of one of Oscar Sudi's aides attacking George Natembeya and warning him very strongly. We know that Oscar Sudi is another close Ruto ally, just like Farouk Kibet. So when you see Oscar Sudi's ally warning Natembeya, and we are now seeing again Farouk Kibet throwing some jabs at George Natembeya, that convinces me Ruto might not be behind George Natembeya per se. Why am I saying per se? Ruto would love the fight between Natembeya and Wetangula to continue. Ruto wants a weak Wetangula. Ruto wants an alternative voice to emerge in the Bukusu land so that in the event Wetangula becomes tough-headed, he can easily work with this alternative voice. And that's the same strategy we are seeing on the mountain. Ruto does not want a strong Rigathi Gachagua to emerge. That's why we are seeing some leaders such as Ndidi Nyoro being propped up, And we are also getting this discussion that Ruto's running mate come the next election might be a woman. All these are just meant to slow Rigathi Gachagua so that other leaders can emerge. If there is only one strong leader on the mountain, then William Ruto's political future in that part is at stake, in that he must negotiate and work with only that one strong leader. Same in the Bukusu land. If it's only Wetangula who is strong, then William Ruto will be forced to work with Wetangula, and Wetangula can come with his own terms and conditions to work with Ruto. But if another voice is emerging or coming up in the Bukusu nation, then Wetangula's bargaining power can come down. So Ruto would love the fight to continue, and he would love a very weak Wetangula. The worst blunder Wetangula is doing, Wetangula is not speaking the language on the ground. And if you listen to most of his videos, anytime he is in Bungoma or in Tanzania, he's telling the people to be proud of being in government. But then again, that government is oppressing those same people, and you are telling them to be proud of being in government. So in terms of messaging, Wetangula is clearly getting it wrong, and that can explain why George Natembeya is rendering Wetangula irrelevant in the Bukusu politics. If the trend continues, then in the coming months, Natembeya would have rendered Wetangula politically irrelevant in the Bukusu nation. On his part, Natembeya is speaking the right language, the right messaging, the right narrative. He is assuring the people that he wants to liberate them from poverty. Ford Kenya Tawe, Wetangula Tawe. We know that Ford Kenya and Wetangula have been in the Bukusu politics for some times, and it might also be possible that Ford Kenya and Wetangula are being seen as part of the problem as to why residents of Bungoma and Tanzania are suffering. So in a nutshell, I'm seeing a George Natembeya who is just strategically positioning himself to work with either opposition or with the government. He wants to get the best deal. If the opposition will offer him the best deal, he'll most definitely work with the opposition. If the government will offer the best deal, then he'll work with the government. That's what I'm seeing. So Kenyans should not be very much optimistic of a George Natembeya. He can easily betray the cause. But at least Kenyans are happy that he's trying to kick out Wetangula and his Ford Kenya in the Bukusu politics. If he succeeds, then in one way or the other, he will have also succeeded in weakening William Ruto and the Kenya Kwanza Brigade. That's what I'm seeing here, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm seeing an Natembeya who is just trying to find his political space in the Bukusu nation. That does not mean he's being sponsored by anybody. But if he gains momentum, then very many suitors might start sponsoring him or even luring him to their team. Let me stop it there. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give this video a like. Any other person watching us outside Kenya, drop a comment, let us know from which part of the globe you are watching us from. If possible, subscribe, give the video a like. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Kenya.